The envelope from the IRS hit my mailbox like a grenade, the red, urgent stamp screaming at me through the window. I stared at it, heart pounding, knowing my freelance gigs had left my taxes a tangled mess of receipts and regrets. Desperate, I booked the first appointment with Ryan Caldwell, the tax preparer whose online reviews promise miracles without judgment. Ryan's office was a small suite in downtown Chicago, cluttered with stacks of forms and the faint scent of coffee. He looked up from his desk, his sharp blue eyes locking onto mine, and extended a hand with a smile that felt too warm for a stranger. "Alex Thompson? Let's sort this out," he said, his voice steady and reassuring. As I sat down, spilling my chaotic financial story, I couldn't ignore the way his gaze lingered, or how his laugh echoed mine when I joked about my disastrous attempts at TurboTax. By the end of the session, my taxes were filed, but something else had sparked. Ryan handed me his card with a personal number scribbled on the back. "Call if you need anything, taxes or otherwise." I left feeling lighter, but that night, lying in bed, my mind raced. Why did his touch on my shoulder feel electric? I'd buried these feelings for years, telling myself it was just admiration for confident men. But Ryan was different. Open, unapologetic, with a rainbow pin on his lapel that I pretended not to notice. The next day, I texted him a thank you, half expecting silence. His reply came instantly. "Glad to help. Coffee sometime?" Non-tax related. My stomach twisted. Was this flirting? I was 28, single, and terrified of what admitting attraction to another man might mean. My parents back in suburban Illinois were the epitome of traditional values. Church every Sunday, family dinners where politics veered right, and subtle comments about those people in the news. I'd learned early to hide, to date women sporadically to keep up appearances. But Ryan's invitation gnawed at me, a whisper of possibility amid the fear. We met at a quiet cafe near Millennium Park. He arrived in jeans and a fitted shirt, looking nothing like the professional from before. Conversation flowed effortlessly, from taxes to favorite books, then deeper to dreams deferred. "I came out in college," he shared casually, stirring his latte. "Best decision ever, though it cost me some friends." I nodded, envy and panic warring inside. What would it cost me? My family's love? My job stability in a conservative freelance network? As we walked out, his hand brushed mine, and I didn't pull away. That touch lingered in my thoughts, a forbidden thrill. Back home, I paced my apartment, replaying the moment. This could ruin everything, I thought, but denying it felt like suffocating. The internal battle raged. Safety in the closet versus the ache for authenticity. I texted him again, agreeing to dinner. Little did I know, this choice would unravel my carefully constructed life. Over the next weeks, our meetings blurred from casual to charged. Ryan was patient, never pushing, but his stories of pride parades and supportive circles made my hidden world feel smaller. One evening, after a movie, we sat on a bench overlooking Lake Michigan. "Alex, what's holding you back?" he asked softly. I confessed fragments, fear of rejection, the weight of expectations. He leaned in, our foreheads almost touching. "You're not alone in this." That night, I lay awake, thoughts swirling. Was I ready to risk it all for a connection that felt so right? The doubt crept in. What if he's just playing? What if I destroy my family? But the pull was stronger. I decided to trust, to let myself feel. Our first kiss happened days later, in his apartment, tentative and world-shifting. No fireworks, just a quiet admission that this was me. Finally. Yet, guilt shadowed the joy. At work, I dodged questions about dating. At home, calls from mom probed my loneliness. I lied smoothly, but inside turmoil brewed. Ryan encouraged openness, but I resisted. "Give it time," he said. Time, however, was a luxury we didn't have. Unbeknownst to me, Ryan carried his own secrets. A past engagement to a woman. A family still hoping for grandkids. He downplayed it, but I sensed the cracks. As spring turned to summer, our relationship deepened in stolen moments. We hiked in the forests outside the city, shared late-night talks about futures intertwined. But the pressure mounted. My sister visited, eyeing my phone suspiciously when Ryan's name popped up. "Who's that?" she asked. I brushed it off, but her knowing look haunted me. Internally, I debated, come out and face the storm, or end it to preserve peace. The choice felt impossible, each path laced with loss. One afternoon, Ryan pressed, "Alex, we can't hide forever. What are we doing?" His words stung, echoing my fears. I stormed out, anger masking terror. Alone, I confronted the mirror. Coward or protector? The answer eluded me, but the conflict intensified, setting the stage for betrayal. The argument with Ryan lingered like a bruise, but we reconciled over apologies and whispered promises. Still, the secrecy gnawed at me, a constant whisper in my ear during family gatherings. Dad's offhand remarks about the gays ruining America at barbecues made my skin crawl, forcing smiles while my mind screamed. Why couldn't I stand up? The fear of losing their approval paralyzed me, a deep-seated need for belonging clashing with my growing love for Ryan. Work added to the strain. As a graphic designer, I freelanced for conservative clients who valued family-oriented values. One project involved anti-LGBTQ plus messaging subtly woven into campaigns. Nothing overt, but enough to twist my gut. I took the jobs for the paycheck, rationalizing it as survival. Ryan challenged me one night. "How can you support that hypocrisy?" His disappointment cut deep, mirroring my self-loathing. "I'm trying," I muttered, but inside, shame boiled. Was I betraying myself or just being practical? Our dates became battlegrounds for these inner wars. In a dimly lit restaurant, Ryan reached for my hand publicly. I flinched, pulling back. "Not here," I hissed. Hurt flashed in his eyes. "When then? We're not criminals." Driving home, silence heavy, I wrestled with regret. He deserved better, but admitting that meant admitting my cowardice. That night, alone, thoughts spiraled. What if I lose him? What if I lose everything? The isolation felt crushing, a self-imposed prison. Then came the turning point. Ryan invited me to a pride event in Boys Town, promising anonymity in the crowd. I agreed hesitantly, heart racing as we blended into the rainbow sea. For the first time, I felt seen, not judged. Holding his hand amid cheers, a weight lifted. But euphoria faded when I spotted a colleague from afar. Panic surged, I ducked away, leaving Ryan confused. "What's wrong?" he asked later. I lied about a headache, but the truth festered. Fear still ruled. Back in my apartment, I paced, monologuing to empty walls. "You idiot, you'll ruin it all." Yet the taste of freedom lingered, tempting. I called my best friend from college, straight but supportive, spilling fragments. "Man, you gotta live your truth," he advised. Easy for him. My parents' voices echoed. "We raised you right." The moral quandary deepened. Was hiding ethical, protecting them from pain, or just selfish? Ryan sensed my turmoil, pushing gently for more. "Meet my friends," he suggested. I met a group of out gay men, their stories of triumph over adversity inspiring yet intimidating. One shared his family's rejection, then eventual acceptance. Envy burned. Could that be me? Or would mine disown me forever? The evening ended with Ryan's arm around me, but doubt shadowed the warmth. As weeks passed, intimacy grew, but so did cracks. Ryan's ex-fiancée called one day while I was over. Innocent, he claimed, but jealousy flared. "Why keep in touch?" I demanded. He sighed. "Closure. Unlike you, I face my past." The jab hit home, fueling resentment. Internally, I questioned his commitment. Was he using me to relive his youth? Paranoia crept in, eroding trust. A family dinner amplified the divide. Mom announced my cousin's wedding, hinting at my turn. I nodded blankly, stomach churning. Ryan texted during, "Miss you." Guilt twisted like a knife. That night, I confessed to him about the pressure. "They'd never understand," I said. He held me. "Maybe they would if you gave them a chance. But I knew better? Or did I?" The debate raged inwardly, right versus safe blurring. Then, disaster struck subtly. Ryan's social media post from Pride tagged a mutual location. A family friend saw it, mentioning it casually to Dad. "You at that parade?" he asked over the phone. I denied, pulse thundering. Close call. Ryan apologized, but anger simmered. "Be careful," I snapped. His response, "Or be honest." The standoff escalated our first major fight, words flying like daggers. Reconciliation came, but fragility remained. I began therapy secretly, unpacking layers of internalized homophobia. Sessions revealed deep wounds, childhood taunts, suppressed crushes. "You're worthy of love," the therapist said. Tears flowed, a release. Yet applying it felt daunting. Ryan noticed the shift, hopeful. But as summer waned, a bigger storm brewed. Ryan's family reunion, where he wanted me as his partner. "No hiding," he insisted. Panic set in. Accept and risk exposure or refuse and risk us. The decision loomed a moral crossroads. Inside, voices clashed. Protect the facade or embrace truth at any cost. The emotional weight pressed harder, foreshadowing heartbreak. The invitation to Ryan's family reunion hung over me like a guillotine. "It's time," he said, eyes pleading. I stalled, citing work, but truth was terror. Imagining judgmental stares, whispered slurs. My mind spun worst-case scenarios. What if they hate me? I voiced inwardly, but aloud, "I'm not ready." Ryan's frustration boiled over. "When will you be? This isn't just about you." His words pierced, highlighting my selfishness. Was I stringing him along, using him as a secret escape? Therapy intensified, dredging up memories. High school, where I crushed on a teammate but dated cheerleaders to fit in. The facade cracked then, but I glued it back. Now it shattered nightly in dreams of disownment. "You're a disappointment," Dad's voice echoed in my head. Waking sweat-soaked, I'd text Ryan apologies, but distance grew. He pulled away, canceling plans. "I need space," he said one evening. Loneliness crashed in, a void deeper than before. Desperate, I confided in my sister, Emily, the liberal one in the family. Over coffee, I hinted at someone special. Her eyes widened. "A guy." I nodded, breath held. She hugged me. "I'm happy for you. Tell Mom and Dad. They'll come around." Relief flooded, but doubt lingered. Was she naive? Or was I cynical? Bolstered, I planned to introduce Ryan subtly, perhaps at a neutral event. But fate intervened cruelly. Ryan's ex, Sarah, reappeared not innocently. She texted him about old times, and he met her for coffee. To end it properly, I found out accidentally, scrolling his phone while he showered. A breach of trust born of insecurity. Confrontation exploded. "You're cheating," he denied. "Just talking." But seeds of betrayal sprouted. "How can I trust you?" I yelled. He countered. "How can I, when you hide me like shame?" The fight left scars. We broke up briefly, a week of agony. I drowned in what-ifs. What if I'd been open? What if he was right? Reconciliation came tearfully, but mistrust festered. Society's shadows amplified it. News of hate crimes, politicians railing against our kind. Internalized, it poisoned us. "We're fighting the world," Ryan said. But I thought, and each other. Emily pushed me to come out. Rip the Band-Aid. I drafted emails, speeches, but deleted them. The moral dilemma peaked. Deceive for peace, or truth for freedom? A client's homophobic rant at a meeting tipped me. I quit on the spot, a small victory. Ryan praised. "Proud of you." Warmth returned, but tentatively. Then the reunion arrived. I went heart-hammering. Ryan's family was welcoming. His mom hugged me. Dad joked awkwardly. No drama. Euphoria hit. This could work. But on the drive back, Ryan dropped a bomb. "I told them about us months ago." Shock. Without me. Betrayal surged. "You deserve to know," he said. Argument reignited. Privacy versus progress. Home alone. Rage turned inward. Why hadn't I seen it? Paranoia deepened. Was he outing me passively? I spiraled, questioning everything. Therapy helped unpack, Trust issues stem from self-doubt, but damage done. We limped on, but intimacy waned, replaced by tense silences. A bigger clash loomed with my family. Thanksgiving neared, and Ryan wanted inclusion. No more hiding. I agreed half-heartedly, but panic built. Imagining Dad's face, Mom's tears, unbearable. I canceled last minute, lying about illness. Ryan exploded. "You're ashamed of me." Truth stung, partly yes, but more of myself. "I can't lose them," I pleaded. He left, slamming the door. Days blurred in misery. Calls from Emily. "What's wrong?" I confessed the breakup. She sympathized but challenged. "Is safety worth loneliness?" The question haunted, an ethical tightrope. Reconnecting with Ryan seemed impossible, hurt too raw. Yet, longing persisted. I attended a support group, hearing stories of loss and rebirth. One man's tale of family rejection, then reconciliation, mirrored mine. Hope flickered. But as winter set in, a shocking discovery awaited. Ryan's social media, now public with our photos, tagged, visible. My world tilted, family would see. Betrayal complete. Confronting him. Why? He. To force your hand. For us. Outrage. Manipulation? Love or control? The emotional torrent overwhelmed, pushing toward a breaking point. The photos on Ryan's profile stared back at me. A digital outing I never consented to. My phone blew up. Texts from cousins, a missed call from Mom. Panic clawed. This wasn't my choice. I drove to Ryan's, fury blinding. "You had no right," I shouted, pounding his door. He opened, remorseful. "I thought it'd help you." Help? It destroyed. We argued for hours, accusations flying. His impatience, my cowardice. "We're done," I declared, storming out. Inside, heartbreak shredded. Love turned weapon. The fallout hit fast. Dad called. "What's this nonsense on Facebook?" His tone dripped disgust. I denied at first. Hack. But lies crumbled. "Son, are you?" "One of them." Silence stretched, then explosion. "We didn't raise you this way." Mom sobbed in the background. I hung up, numb. Emily texted support. "They're in shock. Give time." But time felt like enemy territory. Alone, self-recrimination peaked. Why hadn't I controlled the narrative? Ryan's betrayal echoed my fears, exposure as punishment. Therapy delved deeper. You internalize society's judgment. True but pain real. Sleepless nights filled with replays. Our first kiss, now tainted. Was it all illusion? Moral quandary. Forgive for intent, or condemn the act? Work suffered, clients ghosted after rumors. Financial stress mounted, echoing my initial tax woes. Irony bitter. I isolated, avoiding mirrors reflecting a broken man. Support group became lifeline, stories of similar betrayals validating my rage. Boundaries matter, one said. Nodding but doubt. Did I push him to it? Ryan reached out endlessly. Apologies, please. I love you, wanted us free. Love or possession? Internal debate raged. Second chance or self-preservation? Loneliness urged reconciliation, but trust shattered. Family confrontation loomed. I drove home for crisis talks. Dad's face stony. This is a phase. Get help. Mom. We love you, but not this.
Tears flowed, mine, tears.
I defended. It's who I am. Arguments escalated, Bible quotes versus my pleas. Emily mediated. He's your son, but divide deep. Dad's ultimatum. Change or don't come back. Heart ripped. Driving away, exile sunk in. Was this the price of truth? Or Ryan's fault? Blame shifted hourly. Friends divided, some blamed me for hiding, others him for forcing. Months dragged, therapy chipping at walls. I came out publicly on social media, owning my story. Support poured, but losses stung. Ryan's absence ached. A void. One night he showed up. I was wrong. Destroyed us. Vulnerability cracked my armor.
Vi tåket till dawn. Unpacking hutch.
Forgiveness tempted, but caution held. rebuilding tentatively, dates as friends, boundaries firm. But society pressed. Protests against anti-gay bills reminded of stakes. Internal conflict. Dive back. Risk more pain? Or alone? Safer? A pivotal moment. Family olive branch from Emily. Mom wanted to talk. I went, guarded. Tears, apologies. We were scared. Dad absent, but progress. Hope bloomed, but wariness remained. Ryan encouraged. See? Change possible. But his role in the chaos lingered. A scar. As feelings rekindled, doubt resurfaced. Could I trust again? Intimacy returned slowly, shadowed by past. One evening, confession. I almost married Sarah to please family. Shock. His own closet remnants. Understanding dawned, we both fought demons. Empathy softened edges, but betrayal's echo persisted. Highs and lows cycled. Joy in shared moments, terror in vulnerabilities. Moral crossroads. Accept imperfect love, or seek flawless solitude. The emotional intensity built, culminating in a choice that would define us. Forgiveness came in waves, not a tidal surge, but enough to pull us back together. Ryan vowed change, no more unilateral decisions. We navigated cautiously, therapy joint now, unpacking layers of hurt. But scars throbbed, especially with family. Dad's silence stretched months, a void louder than shouts. Mom called sporadically. Awkward love mixed with pleas to reconsider. I stood firm. Accept all of me. Internally, grief warred with resolve. Was cutting ties strength or stubbornness? Society's mirror amplified turmoil. Friends' engagements highlighted our fragility. At a wedding, Ryan danced with me openly. Joy fleeting, but fear intruded. What if backlash? Paranoia lingered. A betrayal hangover. We're stronger, he assured. But nights alone, doubts whispered. Fool me twice? Work rebounded with inclusive clients, a silver lining. Yet, success tasted hollow without full peace. Emily's visit brought news. Dad softening, reading books on acceptance. Hope flickered, but cynicism guarded. Don't get hurt again, inner voice warned. Then, the ultimate test. Ryan proposed cohabitation. Build our life. Excitement clashed with terror. Commitment meant permanence, exposure. Debate raged inwardly. Risk for happiness or retreat for safety? I agreed, but anxiety peaked. Moving day, boxes symbolized baggage unpacked. Domesticity brought bliss. Mornings tangled, evenings debating dreams. But arguments resurfaced over small things, masks for deeper fears. You still hide sometimes, he accused. True, subtle flinches in public. Healing takes time, I countered. Emotional depth intensified, each clash a raw excavation. A breakthrough, Dad called. Can we talk? Meeting tense, apologies halting. I was wrong, scared of losing you. Tears bridged gaps. Reconciliation fragile, but real. Ryan's role? Mixed. Gratitude for the push, resentment for the method. Necessary evil? Pondered. As bonds mended, new conflicts arose. Ryan's family pressured for marriage, but I hesitated. Ready? Society's debates on gay rights fueled internal strife. Progress uneven. One protest we attended turned violent. A reminder of stakes. Holding Ryan amid chaos, clarity hit. Worth it, despite costs. Yet, peace elusive. Therapy revealed ongoing trauma. Betrayal's long shadow. Forgive yourself first, advice echoed. Self-forgiveness hard. For hiding, for trusting, for hurting. Ryan mirrored struggles. I betrayed you to save us, wrong. Mutual absolution grew, but imperfect. Climax built in quiet moments. Over dinner, I confessed lingering doubts. Can we survive? He, only if we choose each other daily. Vow renewed, but realism tempered romance. Life's drama didn't end. Family relapses, societal pushback. Each tested resolve. Years blurred, but growth evident. We married quietly, family present. Dad walked me, a poignant twist. Joy profound, but reflections deep. The path's toll, lost time, shattered trust. Was it worth it? In the end, awakening came not in triumph, but acceptance of ambiguity. Love's price, high, but paid willingly. Yet, one question lingers, sparking endless debate. Was Ryan's betrayal ultimately justified? A painful catalyst for truth, or an unforgivable violation of trust that no good outcome can redeem?